Fire up the chat, turn it up loud. Come for the wrestling, stay for the chaos. Hot takes flying, yeah, you already know this. From the ring to the real, we talking that truth. Laughs get loud when the crew cut loose. It's a cookout, where the takes stay hot and the game stay wild. The cookout, wrestling talk with that family style. The cookout, 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 cookout. Come for the wrestling, stay for the chaos. Workhorse Wrestling Network, let's go. With ALW, Sammy and Anika. Hot topics cooking, no chaser, no filter. Fire games popping, debates get reckless. If you ready for the madness, then pull up a seat. Workhorse Wrestling Network, this is the cookout.
Yo, hey, good evening. You are here with us, as always, on Tuesday evening, 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 Eastern, here at Workhorse Wrestling Network's YouTube channel for another episode of the Cookout Podcast. It is myself and Anika holding down the fort tonight, unless somebody surprisingly pops up. I don't expect to see CM, but you never know about Sammy, so who knows. In the meantime, you will get our wonderful faces for the evening. So, how are you this evening, Miss Anika, on this wonderful Tuesday?
Good, all things considered, you know. But how about yourself?
All things considered, I agree. It is all good. So, I know when I said we always talk about, just to give you guys a little bit of insight, we always talk about what we want to talk about before we start the show. And when I said I want to talk about redemption, Anika said, we're 2 weeks past that, you're too late. And I was like, well, yeah, I didn't get a chance, and I have a couple soapbox issues. So I want to at least address those. Just, I know. But we didn't do a show after that, so this is my only first opportunity. So if you're with us here on the Workhorse Wrestling Network YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button on this video. It helps a lot. Hit that little bell. That way you're notified every time we're about to go live, whenever it is. I know it's sometimes hit or miss, but like I said, if you have that bell notified, or if you have that bell selected, you'll get notified. If you're with us on Twitch over there, thank you for being over there. Give us a follow. If you're here with us, chime in the chat. Let us know what you want to talk about wrestling related, anything non-wrestling related. You're okay to even talk redemption despite what Anika says. Or we can talk about...
I said, let's not focus the whole thing on redemption.
So we're going to talk a little redemption, a little AAA. Anika wants to talk about AAA, WWE AAA, facing off against AEW All In at the end of the month. And,
all out.
All out. That's what I meant. All out. And maybe a couple of news tidbits. So, let me just say a couple. Oh, you got a clown of the week before we get started, because we usually do clown of the week. Got a clown?
Yes, I do.
All right, let's get to it.
Yeah. All right. Hey, boys and girls. All right. 4 CM per usual. Clown of the week is Phil. Because you're Phil and you're still here, sir. But the official clown of the week is Brock Lesnar. Yeah, I said it. I'm so through. I'm so tired of this man. I'm so through. So WrestleMania overbeats you to steal his thunder. Oh, I'm retiring. And then you come back in May at Backlash to beat him up. And then this SummerSlam, he beats you. And then today on Pat McAfee's show, I'm officially retired. Please, sir, have several seats. Sir, please sit down. I don't care at this point. I don't care. And what is retiring in wrestling, honestly? Like you see people retire from wrestling, they wait maybe 2 years, 3 years before you say, I'm going to come back and do a match. Bro, you couldn't even last a month. And then they go, you're officially retired. Shut up. God, you're gone. Stay gone. Stay the freak gone. I don't like you.
Couldn't agree
Bye.
more.
So
I've
yeah,
never been a Brock Lesnar fan. Uh,
even
I
before the whole.
I always thought he was overrated. And as far as the retirement goes, he really retired years ago. Like the little spot matches you've been doing here and there, and the little appearances for a couple months, and then disappear. You retired years ago. Just call it official. And now, to be fair, and I haven't really listened to it, but I've seen some headlines about it, and I know that our wonderful producer Dolores mentioned it. It sounds like at least he did put Oba over in his little retirement interview or whatever he had.
You have to over. You have to over. The first time he beat you, you don't say nothing. That's how you put him over. You shut your daggone mouth, take your butt over like a man, and go to the friggin' back. But you couldn't even do that crap. And then, after in the match, you're going to get on the freaking mic and do this big behind elongated speech. Shut up. Shut up. You are not the Undertaker. You are not Stone Cold. You are not Brett. You are not Shawn. You are not, in my mind, you are not big enough to have this much of a freaking stage, sir. To be like I said, to actually put him over, you could have just had a WrestleMania retire and then put your position behind down and shut up. But you didn't do that, did you?
Hold on, I got a technical problem. I'll be right back. Give me 1 sec.
Okay. So yeah. Brock Lesnar takes up a seat. I don't give a crap about you. Whatever legacy you had, don't really care. The only remote time I was somewhat interested was when he was feuding with Kurt Angle. That was the only time I remotely was like, okay, he cool. But then guess what? Your punk behind left right after that, in 2004. So I don't care. You can stay gone. This is not a plight in my wrestling journey where I am going to miss you. Guess what? I'm not. Goodbye.
Yeah, I don't like Brock. I never thought he was a good guy. I don't think he is a good guy. I don't think he has a whole lot of redeeming qualities as a human being. So I've always been kind of on that fuck Brock Lesnar kick. So this just solidifies it. He's always been, I don't know. I've never liked him. So I'm not losing any sleep over it. Thankfully, he never made his way to AEW. So
I
there's
don't
some things to be thankful for.
like when they were saying, "Oh, he might go." I never thought that. I'm sorry. When they sorry AEW, you need to get a bigger contract. I did not. Him, Randy Orton. I ain't never thought they were gonna go over. No offense. Certain people, nah. I'm sorry, nah.
No, I mean, I never gave it a whole lot of heat either, but I know that there was definitely always, anytime there's a, competition and, and there's other places for people to go and there's talk and big people are being talked about, whether you think Brock's big or not, he was big at some point, talked about as always coming over at some point, right? So thankfully it didn't happen. So, any other clowns of the week? Phil, Brock, who else? Who else can we throw in there?
As of right now,
What?
yep.
I was saying, I
For
got kind
me,
of a weird one. This is soapboxy, so this will kind of go from clown of the week into my redemption soapboxy here. So he's not really a clown of the week because he did good and bad, but I guess maybe that's why he is kind of a clown of the week. And unfortunately, it's kind of Tony Khan, honorary clown of the week, because on redemption he did some great things, and on redemption he did some very weird things for me. So, and a couple things in the same instant, right? So, first of all, from Workhorse Wrestling Network to her, all praise to Willow for winning the AEW Women's World Championship. We didn't get a chance to do anything live yet. This is the first chance you've had to address that. So she's by far currently my favorite women's wrestler, and I'm so happy that she won. I thought the match with her and Tekla, I thought they killed it. I thought it was extremely impressive, and I think she deserves everything that she's getting. So, and surprisingly, for a woman that we kept saying we want more for, surprisingly, sneakily, now she's the only Grand Slam winner, first ever Grand Slam winner in AEW history. So even though I
Yeah.
kind of felt like along the way we always wanted more, she kept getting stuff here and there, and now here we are, and she's it's come the way it should, right? She's earned her way there. Now she's put in the work. She's had the other championships along the way, and now here we are. It's a Willow era as AEW Women's World Champion. So wanted to
Hopefully.
say that first.
Hopefully.
Um,
Continue.
Secondly, all due respect to Maya World. It is an amazing run that she's had. The match with Sheeta, I thought they killed it. She looked great. My issue with this is, why does she get this spot over a Queen Aminata? Why does she get this spot over some other women that have been there? And I think specifically Queen Aminata. That's the one that comes to mind. Like, she just had this match a week ago with a wrestler that's been there in the company longer, doing the hard work, putting in all the effort, doing all the dirty work, and she can't get that spot. Like, I don't understand. And that's not to take anything away from Maya World. I like Maya World. I just don't understand why. Why it's her after a month, what she's done to deserve that spot over other people. And in that regard, it's a little bit of a clownish situation for me. So I was a little frustrated with that. That being said, all that said, I do think Redemption was an amazing show. So I know we haven't had a lot. I know it's already 2 weeks ago, but I didn't think it was an amazing show. Happy to see Andrade win the belt. I thought that was great. And Omega and Kevin Knight was okay. Like, here's the thing. I thought I saw some interesting stuff from Kevin Knight, right? Like, Omega has not had what I would call a bad match in a long time. I mean, anything less than what I would even say 5 stars in a long time, right? I mean, I can't think of. This was maybe under 5 stars, and the only variable for me is Kevin Knight, and I liked the match, but it wasn't your standard Kenny Omega super over the top banger where it's over with and you're like, oh my God, that was fucking incredible. Like, it didn't have that feel to it for me. And it seems to me the variable is Kevin Knight. So, and again, I don't want to like put it on him, but I think it showed that he's not quite ready for that spot yet, is how it felt to me. When you see the Will Ospreays, when you see the Kenny Omegas, when you see the John Moxleys, when you see the MJFs, he just doesn't feel like he's at that level yet. And so, and it felt that way in that match. It felt like Kenny had to kind of carry him at times to be, to be what it was. So I thought the show itself was really solid and I enjoyed it a lot. But I did have those couple issues. What did you think about Maya World winning?
I'm somewhere in the same boat. More so, why put the belt on Sheeta and then put it on My World? It's like I don't think y'all know what the frick y'all wanted to do with this TBS title. That was, even though we had a big old tournament to get to a match and stuff. That's what it feels like. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, with Sheila, I was somewhat interested in her reign. I not too long, not too short, but I did want to be like, okay, I was interested in where we were going to go with it. It's like, okay, we're not going anywhere. I'm like, oh, dang. Oh, okay. I mean, I guess it's your world. We'll just try and get a nut. It's cool. So that was a little bit off. I don't mind Maya World being champion. I don't. I can't disagree with you about being Queen Aminata, though. I'm not sure. Like, with certain people, it is like, well, dang, what the frick do a girl got to do to get a belt around here? Like it does feel like that, right? I would hope, maybe she can beat Maya in the future for the belt. That would be an awesome match. But as of right now, yeah, I'm not sure what they're doing with Queen Aminata, which is crazy. With Redemption overall, listen, I get business is business, but just like, what's frustrating about AEW is that listen, y'all wrestle. Y'all wrestle great. We're nitpicking. We're nitpicking because it's so it's literally 3 steps from being perfect. And it's just like the steps you gotta take are annoying. Like you don't have to do a special TV match, a special TV show, right? That kind of undermines your pay per view. Like even though the ending, I do think served the purpose, served a great purpose, which was it killed 3 birds with 1 stone. John Mox, Osprey finally not Death Rider anymore, but Key Omega Eternal Osprey, we can get hit with the face. Like, okay, fine, we're officially here. But it does, but it does feel like, I don't know, compensation of this should have been MJF versus Omega. That's point blank period. That's what it feels like. But nevertheless, like I said, it was a good show. Whoever is still comparing WWE to AEW, I think y'all need to take several seats. Y'all need to take several seats. At this point in time, it's apples and freaking oranges, and oranges are in season right now. Apples are not. That's how it feels like right now. Whoever is still trying to compare to both companies, please stop. And I say so all these criticisms is just AEW fighting itself at this point in time. It's like, please stop doing dumb stuff. Stuff right now. You're just being dumb. It's stuff that should be oversight, basically. You know. So that's just the frustrating part. But overall, Redemption. If you watch, I'm pretty sure if you bought it and watched it, it was a good Sunday night. You know, it was a good Sunday night. It was fun. But yeah, please stop. Fix it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, for something that feels like, I mean, I don't want to ever say they're throwaways, but when it's not one of your big 4 pay-per-views and it's one that you've kind of added along the way here, and you don't necessarily give a lot of time between for the lead up and the storylines and all that stuff, I mean, that's how good their roster is, and that's how much you can't miss. That even when it's kind of a throwaway pay-per-view, it still is 8.5 or better, right? I mean, it's still an A- show, right? I mean, the wrestling is just so incredible. So yeah, I'm excited I was excited for a lot of things that came out of out of Redemption. What about Motor City Machine Guns coming back to AEW?
Why was this on Collision? No offense. Why was this on Collision, man? Like this shit. Again, a nitpicky thing about AEW is that their after shows are hit and miss. Now the Dynamite after Redemption was cool. It was cool. The only thing that I was like, was the main event match. I'm like, that seemed like it was out of place in my mind, right? That was the only thing. I'm like, what is the Machine Guns? Unless it was a scheduling thing, why was that on Collision? That should have been on Dynamite. That should have been the first thing. Once you do Dynamite, July 29th, the pyro comes off. We do the recap of Redemption. Boom, Mercy Machine Guns are into place. It should have been immediately back in my mind, but it was a shock. It was like every time they do this quickly, it's like, oh shoot. Oh freaking shoot! And then the question, of course, comes up: what are you going to do with them? Because I don't want them to add Young Bucks versus a couple Kids Christian. I want to be 1-on-1. So it's like, but they have to be on. They have to be on the what's it called, the All-In card, right? So what? Who are they facing? What are they doing with this?
I mean, maybe they're not on the card. Maybe they come out after the match with the Bucks and Cope and Christian, and then challenge the winner. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe something. Maybe they interfere and cost one of the 2 teams the match to tell us what side they're on. I guess. I mean, again, here we go. AEW is doing it to us again. Is there a side here? Aren't the Bucks and Cope and Christian both all heel? Well, I mean, all faces. I guess Christian is still an asshole face, but I mean, he is what he
He's
is.
our
But,
asshole.
I mean,
It's fine. Yeah.
aren't they all faces? Like, I mean, both tag teams are faces, right? At the moment, the Bucks are
Right.
definitely in the back in their face bag. So, again, one of those weird AEW things that they like to do. But no, I mean, you wanted to talk about All In, so let's talk about All Out. I'm sorry. So it's All In, right? Is it All In or All Out?
So All In is in Ripley. I want to go about All Out.
Okay.
So I'm not sure who's officially throwing down this gauntlet, but All Out is in. Let me just check. It's in Chicago. It's in September, right? Just double check. But yeah, it's definitely in Illinois, right? So yeah, this isn't one of the big four, but it's definitely it's the fifth man on the bench, right? Yeah, Chicago, the suburbs of Chicago, right? Saturday, September 26th. But yeah, in my opinion, I'm trying to think, but for me, I kind of like All Out more than I like All In. More so just like going back to 2023, that whole CM Punk debacle and back against the wall. And what are we gonna do? You have MJF and Adam Cole. Samoa Joe bumped them, and then like yesterday, you have the great scrap match between. It was supposed to be Ricky Starks versus Punk, but now it's Ricky Starks versus Danielson, and then you have OC Orange Cassidy versus John Moxley, which was so freaking wonderful. It was like, because you're back against the wall, I always like All Out, right? Just matter of, let's give more time to hype it up. They'll do it right back. And they finally hear our word, where All Out is not direct. It's like a month after All In, not directly 2 weeks after. But so I always like All Out, but not sure who threw the gauntlet down. But for some reason, WWE want to get in their Raw is More bag, and they're pinning. Triple Out is WWE. World collide on the same day in the same city. So
same day, same city. Holy smokes!
Yes. So let me just double check here. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. The same state. Instead of Chicago is Rosemont, Illinois. I'm like, get out of here. The suburbs of Chicago. So it's like, what the freak is happening? Now, when you first say it, AEW versus AAA. No. Maybe you'll get a couple of people. Maybe you'll get a couple of dings, but it's not going to do damage, right? It's AAA. It's AAA. Now, you go back to the mask versus mask match. That was great. So, okay. Storyline-wise, this is probably the best version of WWE, where their stories in wrestling are perfectly paired. But, it is what it is. But last night on Raw, the ending of Raw, you have Jacob Fatu versus Royce Keys, a.k.a. Will Hop, street fight. Jacob Fatu wins, right? And Roman comes out, meet the kids. He acknowledges Jacob, put the ones up, cool. He leaves, he goes to the back. Rey Mysterio is there. And he says, hey, I'm the manager of AAA, right? And Roman's like, yeah. Come with me. I want to talk to you about something. If they are trying to get Roman Reigns on the AAA card, against All Out. Now it's getting serious. I'm like, I know these petty suckers are not. And okay, when they first announced this, right? My mind went to, okay, Punk might be petty. He might do an appearance. Maybe not, but in my mind, best an appearance, right? They're trying to get Roman Reigns on a AAA show to face AEW. How petty are you ninjas? And so that's why I wanted to address it. Cause I'm like, oh, we're trying to go Robert's War up in this. We're trying to go 90s Attitude Era up in this piece. You trying to? I'm like, my mind did not go to Roman being on Worlds Collide. But to that note, I'm not sure what the strategy would be for AEW, but as an attitude baby, I'm not even gonna stress you out. I'm a little excited. Because, listen, when we were in, unfortunately, during the panorama happened, so we couldn't fully, we really fully couldn't get into NXT versus AEW. It could, in my mind, the pinnacle was there. It probably would have been way better, but it is what it is. AEW won, but now we're getting. Never trying to do it again, and now you got one. No pun intended. One of the big dogs might be on the show. I don't know what you do with that. Like, what do you do with the AEW? Do you swing for the fences, or do you just be yourself? Because, okay, let's say you get Roman, right? Best case scenario, I don't know. I don't know. We got 2 months now. Right now, I don't think Roman is going to do a match. I think maybe he does an appearance. But just put him on the show shows you how somewhat serious they are going against AEW. I just want to put it on the table of someone discussing it. What if you're Tony Khan and this might be happening? A strong possibility that Roman is going to be on the show to go up against you. What do you do? Do you wait and see what the official card is, or you just go for the fences? Like, okay, fine, screw it. Get Brian Danielson out of retirement, and let's do Kenny Omega 2, Omega versus Danielson 2. Like what level of urgency would you have in this scenario? I just want to put it on the table.
What came first? Which was announced first? AAA or All In or All Out?
All Out. All Out was announced first. Yeah.
So it's one of those weird things, right? Like, you can't. I guess you can because they're doing it, but they're doing WWE is doing both, right? They're little brothering AEW, and yet they're trying to roll out their biggest star. So you're not pitting it against one of your big pay-per-views, right? You're giving it your affiliate AAA, is going up against them. So we're not going to run a major show against you guys. We're going to run one of our littler shows from one of our affiliates, but then we're going to bring our biggest star. Like, it seems like a weird kind of contradiction to me. So, listen, I don't care. I mean, I'm not a Roman Reigns fan, so you're talking to the wrong person. But you could bring 25 Roman Reigns, and I still don't think they're beating, a AEW show at this point. I just don't. I mean, Roman Reigns is not. I mean, there is no one on the WWE, AEW, or AEW. I'm sorry, there is no one on the WWE or AAA roster that Roman Reigns could wrestle that I think is going to be a better match than Kenny Omega versus Will. Or, I'm sorry, we don't know what's going to be. I was going to say Kenny Omega versus Ospreay, but that's not necessarily going to be that. Whatever match they can put on in the main event at All Out. I mean, the wrestlers, the roster is so much better at AEW. The wrestling is so much better. I mean, to be fair, I haven't watched WWE in a long time, but I know what it is, right? And I know who Roman Reigns is, and he's not gotten younger and better. So, it is what it is. It's kind of a weird situation. Yeah, I mean, it's like we're gonna go up against you, but we're gonna give you our lowest tier show, but then we're gonna put our biggest guy on it. If I had to guess,
Yeah.
like Roman probably isn't gonna wrestle. You're probably right. He probably just makes some sort of
Right.
appearance, be in somebody's corner, come out and say something, do something. Who knows? But I can't imagine Roman Reigns is wrestling in a Triple A show. So that being said, like how serious are you really taking it? I mean, serious enough to run a show in the same state at the same time on the same day, but it's not your A show. You know what I mean? It's not like it's
Right.
SummerSlam or WrestleMania or you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's weird. I mean, this to me seems like classic WWE. It's like we're gonna kind of compete, but not really. Like we are competing, but we don't want you to think we're competing. So we're gonna give you like the lower rung. Like even when they tried to, even when it was kind of NXT, like you talked about NXT versus AEW, when they were kind of
Yeah.
whatever, it was like it's still only NXT, right? We're not even getting Raw versus Dynamite or,
Right.
SmackDown versus Dynamite. It's like it's NXT, which is their lowest rung, their development plan that tells you how, at least how they want you to think WWE thinks about AEW, right? Which is like
Yeah.
they're not worthy of our biggest stars, so our biggest
Yeah.
whatever. But I mean, Roman Reigns is a big star. I mean, whether like him or not, he's a big star. So I mean, they are,
Yeah.
assuming that he does something. I mean, that's got to be a plug for AAA no matter what. It's got to bring people to the show no matter what. And if
Yeah.
there's some weird off chance they can get him to actually wrestle, yeah, I mean, it'll bring eyes. I still don't think it beats All Out. I mean, I don't think a AAA show beats an AEW pay per view at this point, but. I mean, if you're gonna beat it, I mean, it's not gonna. I mean, it would be something like, even though All Out has been has been around for a while, it's not one of the big four, right? So,
Yeah.
I guess it is whatever. But yeah, I mean, this is standard WWE though. They like to do this, they like to test the waters and see what they can do. I mean, it doesn't feel like a Nitro versus Raw situation yet, just because they're not both pulling out the big dogs yet, right? But
Right.
could get that way. I mean, I'm here for that. WWE doesn't want that smoke, I promise. Triple H and TKO might think they do, but they really don't, right? I mean, when it boils
Yeah.
down to it, the AEW roster and wrestling blows them out of the water. So, I mean, there isn't really much competition. I mean, other than the loyal fans that they have. I mean, at this point, I
Yeah.
think they still have a larger fan base because of the loyalty to WWE as far as more eyes on them. And, they still sell a few more tickets. They still have more people watching on Mondays and Sunday nights, and I think that, I know than AEW does on either Wednesday or Saturday. But that's just because, right? I mean, it's because it's WWE. I do, even though AEW makes strides in this department all the time and is closing the gap all the time. I do
Hmm.
still think, and I think you see it from Will Hobbs. I think you see it from guys that don't want to leave. There is still a sense of, I want my WWE WrestleMania moment if possible. There's still
Yeah.
something about that WrestleMania moment, that big WWE still has some air to it, and especially WrestleMania, I mean, and
Yeah.
AEW's closed that gap a little bit. I think, Double or Nothing, Revolution, those shows have become big deals, and they've closed that gap a little bit. But AEW doesn't have a WrestleMania. They don't, unfortunately. I mean, they just don't. I mean, WrestleMania has become too big in my opinion. 2 nights is too much. 10 hours of WrestleMania over 2 days is too much, especially when you're talking about sending it to Saudi Arabia, if indeed that happens. But whatever the case may be, like AEW has, even, whatever you think its biggest show is, it's still not WrestleMania, right? They haven't created that same kind of major one show that stands out and has that. But again, they don't, WrestleMania has a lineage with it that makes it such a big show, right? These guys
Right.
want to stand on the hallowed ground that they watch their idols stand on, right? And that's just what they want to do, And I find it very interesting, but it still has a strong pull, obviously, because guys are still doing it. So I don't know. I mean, you would think that between the backstage bullshit and just kind of I mean, don't get me wrong. Obviously, we've seen AEW is not exempt from having backstage drama, having issues, any of that stuff, right? I mean, that's the nature of a company, especially wrestling companies, it seems like. So, but it seems like overall, Tony Khan cares more about his people than WWE guys do, just in general. Like, they're, and again, I mean, it is what it is with Triple H. But as far as TKO goes, like the parent company, I feel like Tony Khan really loves wrestling, and TKO is in it for the money, right? Triple H, I think, loves wrestling. I think Triple H loves wrestling in his own way, but it's probably different than Tony Khan. You know, it's different when you've been a wrestler than it is when you've just been a fan. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, for me personally, not just because of WWE's politics, before I decided to separate myself from WWE because of all the stuff that they've had going on and so on, I still thought AEW was the better company when I was watching WWE. I mean, in my opinion, they've been the better wrestling company for a long time now. So I'm curious to see what the ratings will be.
Oh yeah, most definitely. You know, like if you've watched the first 30 winter circles, it's been AEW was kicking off the high. When I know which ones that Raw won, that tells you something unfortunately. NXT won a couple of times as well, but yeah, that shows you how many times AEW won on Winter Circle. But yeah, this more so just as someone who likes competition. I want to see guns out blazing. We're just like, you want to cross the line. Let's cross the line. Like in my mind, I want so this is going to be a future. Hopefully, it's going to be a future cookout. Like right before this happens, I want us to do AEW versus before the what you call it, before the card comes out for both parties. I wanted to do a setup of if we had the time. I'll be WWE and y'all be AEW, and we go card for card of what we would do. Well, I'll be AAA. Let's like to the AAA, right? I want to do card versus card. What perfect card would you get for, and I'll do AAA and see, like, hey, if we could do a card to go against each other, what's the best outcome to go both from bow for bow? AEW in my mind, I'm like, listen, go balls to the wall. MJF is Ospreay, all out, point blank period. That should be the event. Like all out is like as right now, we're gonna wait to see what happens on Dynamite tomorrow, but it doesn't feel like MJF is gonna be on the card. Maybe it's just me, but him not being there last week gave me like, all right, you wasn't at Redemption. You haven't been on Dynamite since you lost the title. What's going on here? But yeah, but in my mind, yeah, definitely Ospreay versus MJF. Wow, get that. We already did Machine Gun, so debut New Day at All Out. We're like drop as many bombs as possible. Nuke the joint. In my opinion, since y'all want to bring out Roman Reigns.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think if AEW, if they want to try to, if they see WWE, like you said, trotting out Roman Reigns, and they want to try to make a statement, you can go all out. You got a lot of talent. You could definitely make some solid matches. I think it'd be fun to do that. To you to pick a card and us to pick a card, or me to pick a card, whoever it is, and compare them and see which one the fans like the most. Which one would you prefer to watch?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I mean it's going to be interesting to see the ratings after the shows. I mean I don't imagine the AAA beats All Out, but who knows? I mean, you never know. They have WWE has a very loyal following. So, and with all of the people that have moved from WWE to AAA with, it's essentially WWE Mexico, right? I mean, you take with that a lot of the fans. So, yeah, I mean, it puts a lot of eyes on it. So it'll be interesting to see. Great for AAA. I mean, listen, I say great for AAA. I mean, I wish that WWE didn't own AAA, and I wish that, or
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. So, but good for a Mexican wrestling company getting some notoriety and getting a chance to have some major TV time in the United States, right? I mean, that's a solid thing. So, you'll get to see guys that you don't normally see, which is fun. I mean, I like luchadors. I like lucha libre wrestling. So. I'm disappointed that they're affiliated. Well, that they're now owned by WWE and that they're affiliated with WWE because I'd like to watch AAA. I used to like to watch AAA. So, but, yeah,
And
I guess it is what it
honestly,
is.
as of right, of course, time will tell how much it'll change. But as of right now, AAA is still by itself. The only thing that has true, you're gonna hold, you'll get a Finn Balor pop in. But I didn't know his wife was from Mexico, so that's probably just like, hey, that's probably like, hey, you want to go home for Christmas? I'll do a AAA match. That's what it felt like, or the most integrated of the main of WWE main roster to AAA has, like I said, Finn Balor popped in, but he faced one right over there, and the mask versus mask match. But as of right now, Ludwig Kaiser, aka Grande Americano, he's been staying in AAA. Like, I haven't seen him on Raw since the mask match. So I don't think, I'm not sure where his heart is at the moment, but I don't think he's going to go to the main roster right now. It was just crazy to say, but I think he really loves being a AAA, just being in the mask right now, which is so crazy, but it is what it is. But yeah, like I said, as of right now, they are still by themselves. And of course, Dominic Mysterio, but Dominic Mysterio is all AAA, right? So like only them three parts have been like a crossover thing, but as of right now, they have stayed to themselves. Yeah.
Did see that AEW says Tony Khan apparently is talking about maybe signing Jakara Jackson.
The Last Legends.
Yeah, Last Legends partner.
Okay, I don't hate that a lot. So I'm not sure what's going on in TNA, but they're losing people left and right, bro. Like what is going on? I need y'all to make a left turn right now.
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
Her and Jody Threat apparently are both, their contracts expired in TNA. So the rumor is that Tony Khan is very interested in both of them. I think, hey, like we talked about, the women's division needs women. So, I mean,
yeah,
that's right around, she was still in NXT right around the time that I stopped watching WWE. And I always liked Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend. I thought they were solid. And, they needed obviously more time and blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, we'll see. I think it would be fun.
no doubt.
Anything
Yeah.
else? What else you want to touch on before we give the people back their evening?
Oh, real quick, and it kind of goes into what we were talking about. KO is back. Oh my god! So that was the moment of SummerSlam. KO is back. Oh my gosh, such a relief, because when he left right before WrestleMania, he like neck surgery. He wasn't sure if he was gonna be back. It was a whole thing where we were all like, hold up, how serious it is. Because how he phrased it, and neck surgery is always serious. It was like, hold up. So are you telling us you like that ever wrestle? It really was a case of, dear God, not again. Unfortunately, you go to Big E, and it's like, dear God, not again. Like certain people deserve to have one last match. So when they did it, so to set the scene, it was Sammy versus Finn. Then we're considered match for the World Universal Champion. But then Nick Aldis was like, I'm going to add Gunther, because Gunther got screwed. Okay, cool. He's like, but wait, I didn't say I was just adding one person. Then it was silent, and then the music hit. It's like, yeah, it's just like, oh my god, he's back. And then the emotional crackhead, what does he do? He does a flip from the top rope outside. It's like, get your behind. He's a black mama. You just get behind the dog on top rope. So he wins. And so eventually we're going to get KO versus CM Punk. Now, even though KO is in WWE, he still has his heart still is with AEW. The people in AEW, like he is still indies, bruh. Like AJ Styles, I have hope. I still have hope to see Kevin Steen in AEW because he's still post show and talk about him coming back. He's trying to out Rebel for AEW. It's like how do you not love KO, bro? Like, bruh. So to say the least, when they do KO versus Punk, I need them to be full on KO, be going against full on Punk. When I say that, I want them to do the whole thing of I don't like you. You've hurt my friends. I don't like. Hey, KO don't care. I want him to say Young Bucks. What are you saying? I don't know. But I want them to go in on each other. I do not want this to be a friendly competition. It's KO, so it should be. But this is going to be so freaking tasty. I can taste how sweet it's going to be on my lips. Where I'm just like, please, no restrictions. Let KO be freaking KO. But no, SummerSlam, it was so, man, it's like, I am so glad it wasn't. I'm so glad you're back. I'm so glad you're wrestling. I'm so glad for all the things. So, yes, KO is back. I am so happy for that. Yay.
How was SummerSlam overall?
It was like WrestleMania. Listen, the whole 2-night thing is getting worse by the day. Or more so how they're setting it up. Like I said, just like WrestleMania, night 1, man, but night 2, okay. And it's like, this is the same company, right? Yeah, y'all are together. So how is night 1 and night 2 like night and day? Or it's just like, so surprise, KO's on night 2, and Roman versus Seth. The end of that was, listen, I love when your relationship is so deep. You say bump your companies you're in. So it was Seth versus Roman for the umpteenth time, but they were shouting out Dean Ambrose so much. Seth came out with the mask that Dean Ambrose usually wears when he was with the Shield. They were doing paradigm shifts left and right. It's like, dang. And then at the end, they put the mask in between them and did the fist bump. It's just like, I know John Moxley now will never come back. But just one forbidden door. Can y'all just do one more match? It's like, just one forbidden door. I just want y'all to link up. And then like after the match, Roman went ham. He was just like the Shield. We were, man, like, and then he thought Dean Ambrose, he was a wild card, but he was like, boy, like, what the fuck? You realize that he is another company, but that's what happens. I guess that's what happens. You're the top star. You do everything you want. But I'm just like, oh, that's so freaking nice, in my opinion. And Chelsea Green is finally Women's World Universal Champion. It's just like, whatever she wants to do this title reign, please let Chelsea Green do it. Do not restrict her. Let her go balls to the wall, because I will guarantee you it is going to be a great freaking time. And she won in classic Chelsea Green fashion. She was hung up on she got knocked out where she was hung up on the ladder while everybody was fighting each other for a good 4 minutes. Then when everybody passed out, she finally came to. Then she finally rose up, climbed the ladder, and got the championship. So yeah, night two was so good. Night one was all right, but so it's like y'all gotta work that out. We gotta work that out. I really don't think so, but it is what it is. And like, just tell me before I buy my ticket, so I can know which show I need to go to. But yeah. That if you're gonna watch SummerSlam, definitely watch night two.
Hey, glad to hear KO is back, and glad to hear Chelsea Green is champion.
Right? Yes.
I like Chelsea Green.
Right? Like she just it's just something about her. And like when she won, that pop was insane. But in my let's say to real quick to go back to KO and Punk. I want in every faction of life, I want AEW to beat WWE. But if they do Punk versus KO, because Punk's petty, he's gonna be in AAA. It's in the suburbs of Chicago. He is petty. He's gonna be there. Is he that petty to do a match against KO at Worlds Collide? I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, do I want that or I don't want that? I don't know. But listen, guns out, balls to the walls. Let's freaking go. Let's all just have a good freaking time.
I agree with all of that. It all sounds good to me. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, even though I'm not watching WWE at the moment, I don't wish them any ill will. I love the wrestlers that are there. I like
Yeah.
most of the guys that are there, and I hope that they're successful, and I hope that, they continue to, do what they do. So, there's a lot of wrestlers that I wish I could see because I miss watching them. I mean, I miss the Sami Zayns, I miss the KOs. I like Obafemi. I love Jacob Fatu. There's a lot of guys that I would love to see. Those are guys I was hoping, and you never know. I mean, time will tell. Maybe we'll see a Jacob Fatu or Obafemi over in or in AEW. Who knows? But no, I mean they have some solid wrestlers on the roster. I love Gunther. So I mean it is what it is. But I wish them all the best. So
it's never good when we have one company. So like whoever wants both companies, like out of business, like come on, bro, pump your brakes. Whoever was there during the trying times after WCW went out of business, y'all don't know. Y'all really don't know. Two companies that are on that's on the main scene is good for everybody. Everybody eats. Everybody gets full.
yeah, no doubt. All right, so let's do a little house cleaning and then we will get up out of here. So join us as you're here with us now every Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 Eastern, for the Cookout, where we all come together and talk about what's cooking up in the world of professional wrestling. Come for the wrestling, stay for the chaos. Let's see. On Friday nights, join Anika and sometimes Sammy Joe as they watch SmackDown live starting at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, giving you their real-time reactions, opinions, and views on the show as it happens. Winner's Circle, either Saturday morning, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern, or Sunday nights, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. One of those two nights, you will get a Winner's Circle, myself and Anika, reviewing Collision and Dynamite from the days before, giving each show a grade and declaring a winner for that week. Let's see what else. Last but not least, or not last but not least, but getting close there. Let's see. You can check us out on all of these social media platforms. Love to interact with you guys. Come over and check us out. If you scan this little QR code, that horsey QR code will take you to Linktree. You can get to all our social media from one location, or you can just check us out on any of those social media platforms independently of Linktree. And then last but not least, if you want to listen to the Cookout podcast, you can catch the downloaded audio version or the audio version of the Cookout podcast on these platforms. Our wonderful producer, Dolores, downloads the audio version and then uploads it to these podcast platforms. So you can check us out wherever you want, driving in your car, while you're working out, wherever you like to listen to our golden vocal cords, you can do that. So let's see. I think that's basically it. In the words of our wonderful producer, as I've said several times tonight, Miss Dolores, we'll cut out those lights. And until next time, peace.
Bye.
That was a cookout. Came for the wrestling, stayed for the chaos. ALWCM, Sammy, Anika.